Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, no is a scary and often difficult word to say to your boss, but one that's often necessary in today's workplace. Here to share how to effectively and respectfully say no, we welcome back executive coach and strategic advisor, Dr. Carol Parker Walsh. Good to see you again. Hey, so let's talk about, there are times when you need to say no to your boss, and some people just can't do it.
That's absolutely true. And honestly, it's harder for women to say no than it is for most of other people. And our younger generation, Gen Z, has no problem saying no. But for a lot of people, it's a challenge to say no. But the thing about saying no is that it has so many benefits for you if you learn how to do it and do it respectfully and do it without fear of any kind of repercussions, because it enhances your mental health. It increases your ability to manage your time and get greater productivity. And if you're a people pleaser, it helps you to really protect, those boundaries that are really important.
So you say you need to probably explain the reason for your no.
Yeah, that's the first thing. You want to be very clear and you want to be as direct as possible. So if you're kind of hemming and hawing, that's a problem. And if your workload, for example, one thing you can say is that I would love to take on this opportunity, but right now my workload is at a capacity that I can't take on anything more. And the good thing about that is that it alerts your boss to know that you are at capacity, and it lets them know that they have some other options that they may need to go through. But you want to be clear and direct about it. Now, don't lie. So if you're at capacity, be honest about the fact that you're at capacity, because you don't want to be staying there over the weekend and on the evenings trying to do an extra job because you can't even finish the work that you have already on your plate.
Right. You also say it's a good idea to probably empathize with your boss.
Yeah, you want to be empathetic. You know that they probably had something land on their plate and they're probably coming to you because they need someone to maybe help or assist them in doing that, right? And so you want to empathize with them to let them know that you understand it's their responsibility to assign work to other people and that they need help. But maybe you can offer solutions. You can offer them other options and say, well, let's brainstorm this. Maybe there's another way to go about doing it, or maybe I can show you how to do it so that if it comes up again, you don't have to wait for somebody else to support you. So let's brainstorm some options, because again, it's not something I could take on right now, right? And then another thing could be that they're giving you something and you just don't have the skill sets or expertise right now to do it, right? So that means you're going to have to maybe do a little YouTubing or ask someone else to support you to get it done. And if it's going to take that much, you want to also alert your boss to say, as much as I would really love to support you, I just don't feel like I have the skill sets or expertise to support you in this request right now. So again, it's being clear and honest, but definitely empathizing, knowing that it's probably a challenge. So the first thing you could do is help them problem solve and offer solutions, alternate solutions, and let them know what's limiting you from getting it done.
Well, that leads to the next point, which is you say it's a good idea to suggest maybe another way to achieve the same end goal.
Absolutely, right? Another thing I always say is that, we have other superheroes on the team, right? It's not just about me. Sometimes bosses will go to the person that they know always says yes, that is the one who will work that extra hour or stay over. So they're going to go to where that, well is delivering that water every time. And so you don't necessarily want to be that person. So let them know there are other people on the team that could potentially support them. You don't want to throw people under the bus, but maybe if you had a conversation with, like, say, Sarah, who said, man, I would love to get more responsibility, or I would love if the boss would come to me and ask me to do XYZ. Let the boss know that when they come to you to say, well, Sarah has been asking for more responsibility. I'd be more than happy to maybe train her or show her how to do it. And then, she can be your go-to for the next time. So again, it's that offering those solutions, but it's also letting them know that maybe there's some other people on the team that could really step up and be supportive. Because sometimes, bosses will go to that go-to person that always says yes to them. And you really
absolutely.
want to be that person all the time.
I think it takes just being thoughtful about your no. Saying, explain maybe why you can't, and then helping them out in their position.
Absolutely. And the thing of it is that most people are afraid to say no because they think, well, they hired me and I'm supposed to always say yes,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And this is something where, like I said, the younger generation is very clear about their boundaries, about what they're going to do and when they're going to do it. But for a lot of other people, what we have seen is that people are overworking. They're overcommitting, they're over delivering, they're burning out because they think they always have to say yes.
Yeah.
And you don't always have to say yes. And sometimes by being supportive, and it's not just being resistant or combative, as you said, with your boss, it's about being cooperative, respectful, open, and really honest about what's going on. Because maybe the boss doesn't know you're at capacity. Maybe
Exactly.
the boss doesn't know there's somebody else on the team they can go to.
Yeah.
So it's really about having a thoughtful communication to let them know what's going on with you,
Yeah.
and then offering some other ideas for them that they may not have thought about. And if
Perfect.
you're a person that wants to uplevel your leadership or be seen as someone to get promoted, this is a great way to demonstrate that, because then you're partnering with your boss to be able to be an avenue of support
Yeah.
as opposed to a block or a resistance.
Yeah, very good points. Dr. Carol Parker Walsh, thank you so much.